Hello everyone, this is the 10th video in a short series about how to play Pathfinder over Discord with the Wayfinder bot and character tool. This video is geared towards game masters because we are going to go through how to start, manage, and end an encounter using the Discord bot to keep everybody's turn order straight. So this is mostly going to be used for your combat encounters because it has an initiative tracker. But anytime you want to use it just to keep a turn order straight, if you need people to go in a specific order or whatever, playing over Discord is kind of a little more asymmetrical than playing in person or even playing over chat. So turn order is not such a huge important thing, but if you want to keep your combat encounters kind of true to how Pathfinder is played, you will want to use this. So, like the last video, we're going to do this almost entirely in Discord, and we're going to go through some of the commands that you can use for an encounter. So, as always, you can type !help and encounter. You get the notice that a message has been sent to your private messages, so if we switch over to that, these are all the commands for running an encounter. Again, as I said in the last video, you can just play with this and mess around with it, see what works, see what doesn't, familiarize yourself. So let's get into it. To start an encounter, you're going to type !encounter start. And you get this message that says, you have started a new encounter. Now you've got to add people to it. So for your players in this channel, you do have to use one channel for this, are going to type the !initiative, or you can type INIT, and this is going to grab your perception score from your character sheet and roll it into your initiative. So if we type INIT, you get this message that says test rolled initiative, rolled a 14 plus 9, so our initiative is 23. So all of your players are going to do this. Now, how do you add the NPCs, the enemies, into this encounter? You're going to use the !add NPC command. And you have to send this to things so it knows what to do with them. You're going to first send it their initiative number, so let's say 19, and we're going to call this NPC. After the number, you're going to type space, and then we're going to type the name. So let's call this Giant Spider 1. And you get this notification that added NPC Giant Spider 1 to the encounter with initiative 19. And let's just add another one. I'll say add NPC Giant Spider 2. Forgot his initiative. Let's give him a 14. He didn't roll so well. So now we have a character and we have two NPCs in this encounter. So at any time, if you want to see who is involved in this encounter and what their turn order is, you can type !encounter and use the info command, info, and this gives us this little box down here. And you can see the first thing it says is started, and the answer is no. This encounter hasn't actually begun yet, so it's going to be on round 0. It also tells you who created the encounter. So whoever sets this encounter up, their screen name is going to be here. And then you have the participants with their initiative scores. So we have Tess at the top, and then our two giant spiders down below. So once all of your players have done their initiatives, and you've added all of the NPCs or creatures or whatever to the encounter with their initiative number, you can get started. So we're going to repeat that encounter start command. And now we get this new box. It tags whoever owns that character. So because I'm doing this all by myself, it has tagged me, and it said it is Tessa's turn. And down here you have a little breakdown of whose turn it is and whose turn is going to come next. And it will say current under whoever's turn it is. So we know it's Tessa's turn. When that person is done, anybody involved in the encounter, you do all your actions, you make all your rolls, you use all of those commands we went through last time to generate your numbers, and you can let the GM know. When you're ready to pass the turn to the next person, you can just type !next. And we get that same box. And we can see that, again, because I'm doing this by myself, it's tagged me. And it says it's Giant Spider 1's turn. And we have that little current down here next to Giant Spider 1. Giant Spider 1 is going to do their turns. Now for the GM, this bot does not link to monsters in any way. It doesn't link to... you're not going to be able to do any rolls with the creatures in here, so you're going to have to kind of do all that by hand. You're going to need some type of reference, and you're going to be using that !roll command a lot to show everybody else what the creature's rolls are, just for transparency's sake, really. So you're going to take Giant Spider 1's turn. You're going to go through everything he wants to do. You're going to type next. You get that same box, and you can see that now we've advanced to Giant Spider 2 up here. You're going to go through that, and if we type next again, at the end, it goes back to Tess, and the only difference you can see is that now we are on round 2. This round counter is pretty helpful to give you an idea of how long these encounters are taking. So let's say that our girl Tess takes out Giant Spider 1. How do we do that? We're going to take someone out of the combat with the remove command. So we are going to type !remove. Say Tess takes out Giant Spider 2. And type their full name, Giant Spider 2. Giant Spider 2 has been removed from the initiative, and if we use that encounter info command, we can see that we've only got Giant Spider 1 left. So once the combat is over, we want to get rid of this encounter because the Discord bot is going to think that it's ongoing. So if you want to start a new encounter, you have to end the current encounter you're in before doing that. And that is done with the encounter end command. And you get a notice that says the encounter is over. So all of this data in here, the initiative order, the names of the NPCs, the round counter, as soon as you end the encounter, all of this data gets wiped out. But once you've ended it, you can then start a new one. And that is really all the encounter manager does. Again, it doesn't link to any kind of sheet for monsters or for NPCs or for anybody who didn't make a character in that character tool. So you are going to have to have your references in front of you by hand. And that does it for this series. I think I will probably make a couple more videos on stuff that you don't really need to do, but is kind of useful or maybe makes this look a little nicer, adds some fluff to it. Those will be forthcoming later. I hope this has proved helpful and not too long or annoying. Always open to feedback, and I will see you all later.